It seems Meghan Markle has found a new battlefield, and this time, her opponent isn't a royal in-laws feud or a British tabloid. It's Taylor Swift. Yes, the Duchess of Sussex has reportedly taken offense after being excluded from Taylor Swift's wedding guest list, and the mere fact that this even registers as a war says more about Meghan than it ever could about Taylor. Let's call it what it is. Meghan Markle has turned public grievance into an art form. From the palace to the podcast, she's cultivated a talent for making herself the center of every slight, real or imagined. But Taylor Swift, arguably one of the most powerful women in entertainment, has quietly drawn a boundary that Meghan cannot cross: authenticity. And that, more than the lack of an invitation, is what truly stings. For years, Meghan has tried to brand herself as the modern emblem of empowerment, part humanitarian, part Hollywood insider, part royal rebel. But her efforts often feel more like a performance than a purpose. She talks about empathy while simultaneously demanding center stage. She preaches about privacy while constructing her image under the harshest spotlights. In contrast, Taylor Swift's rise to influence has been fueled by a kind of relentless sincerity, a mix of vulnerability and control that makes people actually want to root for her. Meghan, on the other hand, seems to keep trying to manufacture the same kind of cultural affection, only to find that no one's buying it. And that's the problem. Taylor Swift's decision to exclude Meghan from her wedding guest list isn't some trivial act of celebrity politics, it's a quiet declaration of taste. Taylor's circle is made up of women who, whatever you may think of them, have built empires from talent and hard work, not calculated victimhood. Meghan's brand, however, is now synonymous with friction. Every relationship, every opportunity, every alliance seems to end with fallout. It's the Markle Midas touch: everything she touches turns into a headline. If we strip away the polite Hollywood phrasing, Meghan's resentment toward Taylor isn't about friendship. It's about symbolism. Swift represents everything Meghan has tried, and failed, to embody: cultural relevance without chaos. Taylor can command the world's attention with a song, a gesture, or even silence. Meghan can barely enter a room without it turning into a debate about her motives. One embodies effortless influence, the other radiates effort. This latest feud exposes something uncomfortable about Meghan's world. For someone who constantly preaches about empowerment and unity, she's remarkably drawn to conflict. Every time she's left out of something, whether it's royal duties, Spotify deals, or now a pop star's wedding, she turns it into proof that she's been wronged. But what if she's not being excluded because of bias or jealousy? What if she's simply not that likable in the circles she's trying to conquer? Meghan's great tragedy is her obsession with validation from people who don't need her. She's spent years chasing legitimacy from the monarchy, the media, and Hollywood elites, all while insisting she doesn't care what anyone thinks. It's a paradox she can't escape. The more she tries to prove her independence, the more she depends on others to acknowledge it. Taylor Swift, by contrast, doesn't need anyone's approval to shine. Her work, her relationships, her legacy, they all speak for themselves. Perhaps that's why this exclusion cuts deep. For Meghan, being left off the list isn't just about missing a glamorous event, it's a public reminder that her name no longer opens every door. Hollywood has grown wary of her brand of grievance-driven celebrity. The palace was the first to realize it. The industry is just catching up. The Duchess, who once imagined herself as the face of modern grace and power, has instead become a cautionary tale about self-inflicted irrelevance. It's hard to ignore the irony. Meghan Markle, once a promising actress with global sympathy after her royal exit, could have used her platform to rebuild quietly, to let her work, not her wounds, define her. Instead, she's chosen the same tired path of public confrontation. She's turned every slight into spectacle, every disappointment into drama. The result? She's alienated the very people whose respect she seems to crave. Taylor Swift, in this story, doesn't need to lift a finger. Her silence is the loudest response possible. She doesn't need to attack Meghan or explain herself. Her wedding guest list is simply a reflection of her world, one built on loyalty, longevity, and earned admiration. Meghan's outrage, if true, only reinforces why she wasn't invited in the first place. At this point, Meghan Markle feels like a politician without a constituency. Her speeches about empowerment sound hollow when her every move reeks of envy. She wants to be seen as a leader, but she behaves like someone perpetually campaigning for sympathy. The difference between Meghan and someone like Taylor Swift isn't fame or fortune, it's discipline. Taylor knows when to speak, when to act, and when to step back. Meghan doesn't. If there's any lesson here, it's that power built on performance will always collapse under scrutiny. Taylor Swift doesn't have to prove her influence. Meghan Markle is still trying to remind us she has some. The Duchess's war with the pop star might make for juicy tabloid copy, but it's also symbolic of something deeper, the unraveling of a woman who mistook attention for achievement. In the end, Meghan's exclusion from Taylor Swift's wedding isn't a snub. It's a mirror. It reflects exactly how far she's fallen from the world she wants to belong to. And until she stops fighting invisible battles for validation, she'll keep losing wars that no one else is even fighting.